unfortunately, Pat P, breaking news today, he goes on injured reserve, has to miss at least 3 games. Saw the play. I saw you go down. I'm like, dang. Then I shot you a text at the end of the game, like, you good? You're like, yeah, I think it's just a little cramp. I'm like, you sure? You're like, yeah. So, unfortunately, I guess MRI said otherwise. Talk about the injury, Pat P. Exactly, what's going on with you?
I pulled my hammy.
Yeah.
Pulled the hammy. On the play, it was fourth quarter, first down, coming out of the timeout, backed up. DJ just ran a goal, and I felt I was cramping going into that drive coming off the sideline because it started like in my calf.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kind of thought it was cramping because I didn't feel a pop or anything. I just felt it like that. And it was like that last stride because once I recognized the route that he was going for a goal, now I'm trying to get in a high gear and look back for the ball. But as soon as I went to look back for the ball, my hammy said, so honestly, I had got a position pretty good because as soon as it grabbed, I was honestly thinking about getting the PI.
Yeah, because you didn't know exactly where he was. You didn't want to catch it in stride.
Position pretty good to at least kind of disrupt him from catching the ball.
Yeah,
versus having him catch the ball freely. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was like my mind thought my thought process going through the route after I felt like it was a cramp at the time, not knowing the severity of the injury.
Yeah,
I arrived this morning, but it gave on me, and then why I thought it was cramps too because like my back started locking up, my stomach started cramping,
mm-hmm.
my other leg was cramping up, so I'm like, get me inside. I said I think it's just a body cramp. Get me inside, give me some IVs. I think I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And IVs obviously wasn't enough.
No question. When I saw it, because that's what I instantly thought it was. But then you kind of made me feel a little better when you was like, "Nah, I think it was just some cramps." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
All right. But of course, it was otherwise. Man, the thing about Pat P, the luxury that Pat P has had, he's never missed a game because of injury. Unfamiliar territory for my guy right now. But what is this feeling like? Like, for the very first time in your career, you will miss a game because of injury.
Yeah, man. It was like the first time, when the docs told me that, that I felt like, I've been stabbed in my heart. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like in this morning, honestly, I kind of felt that because I told my wife, I was like, man, like this is the worst I've ever felt. Like
hamstring serious
before. Like I'm saying, like I couldn't sleep last night.
That hamstring serious.
Like, I couldn't do nothing, bro.
I'd rather have a sprained ankle, severely sprained ankle. That hell?
She's very hopeful. She's like, oh no, I don't think it's that. I'm like, babe, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, like this is different. Like this is different. Like I ain't never feel this before. I can barely walk. Yeah. I can't even like bend down to like stretch my knees if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know the feeling. I told mine.
And I'm like, I think this is serious, man. Like I'm telling I think it's something serious. So then, being hopeful, thinking that, it would be like something minor. Mm-hmm. And then the doctor told me that, I'm gonna miss it like a month. I was like I never had this conversation before. Like, you know what I mean? It was tough. I ain't gonna lie, it was real tough receiving that news this morning. But me in my mind, I'm thinking like, nah, hell with that. Like I know I'm gonna get some good treatment. I know I'm gonna go. I'm literally gonna be rehabbing around the clock.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm. Every athlete feel like they're different.
No question. Are you gonna get in your chamber, the hyperbaric chamber?
I got home. I was in that circle for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's like 3 hours, yo. I was literally watching Dallas. That's what I was watching Dallas film.
So you already watching Dallas film, even though you're gonna miss that Cowboys game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Because at the end of the day, I still got an obligation to get my guys ready.
No question. I like hearing that. That's dope.
My position, you know what I mean. So I have to make sure that he's ready. I think it's going to be Cam. So I'm still studying like I'm preparing. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I feel like that's what's going to keep me in the game, and that's what's going help the rehab go easier, because at the same time, I'm still preparing for a season. Like, I still got football to play, and in that routine. And that's just, something that, I want to do and still be there for my teammates. So that's my whole mind thought process right now, going through this and hearing that news. Initially, that was my first thought when they told me that, I'm gonna go on IR, for these 3 weeks. Your valuable access to this defense team. We're gonna need you for the run. And hearing that, it kind of made me feel more at ease. Knowing, like Dalvin said, how the team values me.
Yeah.
So, just want to put myself and the team in the best position possible by being smart and being ready for the Green Bay game.
No question. And the games that you are slated to miss right now, Cowboys, Ravens, and the Chargers game at minimum. Also, too, the bye week came at an ideal time for you. Some of the guys that are dealing with some nagging injuries, because you get a chance to really an extra week, to rehab, try to get yourself together. And you're not necessarily playing a game this week, so you're not missing any games. So that's the one plus that you have right now based on the schedule concerning the horrible news that happened that you received this morning. So do everything the doctors tell you to do, plus more. You got your chamber. I know you're going to be sleeping in this studying film, but I love hearing you already watching film like you're going to play, because you still want to be able to feed as much information to some of the other guys that will be playing your position as possible, because you win it to win it, even though you won't have a jersey on this Sunday. You in it to win it next Sunday. So that's dope. Leadership.